That, in a nutshell, is business. And if you focus on that, in whatever role that you do, like, business is the easiest thing on the planet, complicated by fools. Business owners don't understand this. It's like, let's just do this because, without thinking about the strategic long term. Like, if there is a problem in a business, I had this with a client yesterday, right? They lost a customer because they've now adopted this type of thing where every Tuesday morning, I think they do it at 11 a.m. till 12, they do this type of workshop, right? Now, they lost a customer who told them, I can only come at 11 a.m. every Tuesday, right? And the staff used it against them. And every one of the staff were like, well, the customers don't like the fact that we do this workshop. AKA, I can't be asked to do this, right? Yeah. That's what the staff are saying. So I said to him, oh, okay, so this customer can't come at 11 o'clock. How many things and how many choices do you think that this customer of yours, this patient, has to make in his life in a 7-day period or in a 5-day period where you're open between 8 and 6? How many? How many decisions do you have to make between 8 and 6 all week? How many places potentially or things that you could do or places you could go, places you could be, decisions you could make? A lot. A lot, a serious amount. In anything. If you look at your life across the course of a week, how many things do you have to prioritize, put into place, determine what's important to you? All right, determine what's important, what you're going to get value out of, what's important to your life, what difference that decision is going to make to your life across the course of a week. A lot, double figures, like, in fact, like 10 times double figures. Every single day you're prioritizing. So here's what I said to my guy yesterday. Doesn't it worry you that you're back of the queue? Doesn't it worry you that you're back of the queue? Yeah. That this guy can only find one slot in a week based upon all the things he has to be and all of the places he has to go, that he can only come to see you at that moment in time. What does that say about what he does in terms of how he values what you're offering him? Bad. Is there, like, from that moment on, as I said to him, there is not a bigger and better example of why you need to do that training every week because of that. And in spite of that, that's not the reason that you don't do it, that's the reason you continue to do the staff training. Because somewhere along the line, that's a symptom. That's not a problem, a symptom. If I've got a patient who says, I'm only coming at 11 o'clock and if you can't fit me in at 11, I'm going elsewhere, that's a symptom of a problem in my business. Not the problem, the symptom. The problem is that the physio hasn't aligned his values well enough. The physio hasn't spoken to him in a way that he sees the true value of what a physical therapist does. The receptionist didn't connect with him and engage with him so much that he will move heaven and earth to sit on that couch and have that cup of coffee and be greeted to so personally and so specific and so engaging that nobody else in his week does. Make sense? Yeah. That's the difference. So when they come up with that bullshit, that's the symptom. That's the difference in a business. When they come out with all this type of whatever, it's let's look behind it and go, okay, let's face up to the real problem. Because if we have a customer who only wants to come at 11 o'clock every week and he's prepared to go and get his hair cut, he's going to sit in King John's, he's going to go for a walk, he's going to do all this other stuff, over and above coming to see me, at potentially 5 other times of the week, he doesn't value what I do. And if he doesn't value what I do, somebody hasn't done their job properly. Right now, I can excuse that clinic because they haven't been training, they haven't been connecting, they haven't been talking about how they can connect and communicate. They've been doing the run of the mill. There's your appointment. We'll see you on Thursday. We'll give you a massage and we'll give you some exercises. See you next week. It wasn't from minute one with his external marketing, backed up by his reception team connecting and engaging on the phone. It wasn't backed up by a receptionist who's connecting and engaging in reception, making him so delighted and so happy and so feeling so special that he cannot wait. He's actually asking for more appointments in this place because he wants to feel so special. Not that he wants to get physical therapy, it's that he wants Jess, that girl who knows everything about him, knows what he loves, knows the coffee that he enjoys, knows all about his grandkids, knows all about the places that he goes, knows all about his favourite soccer team, knows all about what he loves to do when it rains or when it's sunny or whatever it'll be. Because no sod elsewhere in the world is doing that. And if you become the people who do that, guess what happens when you ask them to move their appointment? It's not a problem. Somebody else gets bumped off. The hairdresser, the mechanic, the shopping, whatever, the bingo, whatever other shit that they're doing in their life, which is trivial, but gives them an instant hit, an instant pleasurable. Why would I go and get my hair cut over and above physical therapy, which is what happens, right? I've said this before. Women would be very tempted to cancel their appointments on us or say, oh, well, I can't come at 2 o'clock because I get my hair cut. So you're going to wait another week with back pain? Yeah, but I need to get my hair cut. You don't need to get your hair cut. You need to feel the way that you feel when people commend you on how nice your haircut is after you've been. See the difference? You're not going to get a haircut, you're going to get 10 comments that day from all your friends saying how wonderful your hair looks, how healthy you look, how radiant you look. Yet deep down inside, you have chronic back pain, which is stifling the life out of you. But because superficially, you have a chemical and a drug going through your body which makes you feel good, you will put getting your haircut over and above my session. Until you and I and them come along and we make them feel more special than the 10 people that day who collectively will comment on their hair. Make sense? That, in a nutshell, is business. And if you focus on that, in whatever role that you do, like, business is the easiest thing on the planet, complicated by fools, complicated by people who are so obsessed with their thing, themselves, their qualifications, their status, their respect, and all this bullshit that everybody's trying to get, and nobody wants to actually earn it and do the decent thing, which is get on the fucking ground floor with human beings and work out what makes them tick. And when we do that, we get respect coming back to us in fucking bucket loads. Bucket loads. It's not a suit, it's not a watch, it's not a briefcase, it's not a I've been to school for however many years. It's I've spent years figuring you out, I know you better than yourself, I'm going to be the person that shows up in your life and gives you something that nobody else on the planet Earth can. So much so that when I tell you to jump, you'll jump. But I'll do it in such a nice way, such a polite way, and such a respectful way that you won't even know I've asked you to do it. And you will want to move your session because of the respect that you have for me, because of the respect I had for you as a human being at the beginning of the relationship. Period. So a lot of the objections I'll hear from clients is, oh, but the husband got the report for the wife and we didn't know where to go with it. I've no doubt that both of them will be patients at some point soon, if not already. How can she do that? And again, it's openly and intentively listen to it. And it's not having that tunnel vision of, I need to talk to the wife about her back pain. This ended up talking to the husband about how the back pain is impacting the wife and then how it's impacting him. That's what absolute world-class experts do.
I remember it even went as far as he'd said to me, because I asked how, he'd been on the website, he said it was actually his son that found you. I said, so your son must know then that you're a struggle, and he went, yes, well that's lovely that your son's, because it must have been his son who took the first step.
It's all coming out
to
now.
recognise again, to say, isn't that lovely that for your son to do that? Obviously he's noticing the difference, and he said, obviously when I found out, I've got the email, and then that's where it went from that.
So what that is now is this guy now has an internal and a philosophical problem that's drove him to do this. He has an internal problem, guilt. Because now this is not even about back pain. This is not even about being a better carer for his wife. This is about now his son living with pain that his parents are suffering. I'm definitely interested in coming to see you for my back pain. I'm even more interested in giving you money to help my wife and to be the carer. But I cannot live with the thought of my son being worried about me. It's in another dimension altogether of human behaviour. Every parent, and you've all seen it and experienced it, where the mother hasn't got 2 pennies to scratch her ass. And yet somehow the dancing girl wanders in here and she's happy to pay £62 a session to fix that ankle sprain so that she can compete next week. That's a drive. That's a driver. So the reverse is happening now for the husband or the dad. The dad doesn't want the thought of his kids worrying about him. for which he is prepared to take action. Did it have anything to do with back pain? Never. It never does. I wish people would get this into their head. It never. The reason that they're in this room has nothing, in 99% of the circumstances, to do with back pain. Ever. They think it does, but that's only because they can communicate on such a prehistoric caveman level. External, got back pain, me do good. Me get back pain treatment type, you know. Did I get the bananas? Yes. Me did good. That's kind of what we do, particularly males, right? So what we're doing here is all of this internal stuff that's going on with a few words in the right order. We're pulling that out of him. Somewhere in that communication where that guy's brain is starting to go, father, 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 son, son, son worry. Father no like son worry. Father must do something. Father must do something. Father doesn't know what to do, but father knows that if father gets back pain sorted out, son stops worrying. Father must book appointment. Father books appointment. Father must hand over £600 to get back pain stop. Back pain stop, son stop worry. Literally, it is. That's what's going on. Could you imagine being taught this in school? Hard for a lot of people to accept. Hard for a lot of health professionals to accept that the reason that they are going to physical therapy is because of some absolute, unbelievably ridiculous and yet like happening to every single one of us every day thing going on inside of our body which drives us to make decisions. I keep telling you, the more that you understand how people make decisions, the easier this world becomes for every single one of us, and lead generation and follow-up included. So to critically again analyse that, peripheral vision, not just going into this with free report, let's talk about a free report. That is like, again, guerrilla style, me hungry, me go find banana, me come back to cave kind of shit that's going on, right? It's not the reason. So opened up the view of what this could be. Wasn't spooked by, it's not the person, the decision maker. Commits to an engaging conversation about him and how he feels about it, how it's affecting him. We find out within minutes that not only is he worried about his wife and he wants to be a carer, he's also worried about his own back pain. And then with a few more questions, we find out that not only are they worried about their back pain, or is he worried about his wife, his son is worried about him, who's also worried about her. Cue a decision that drives them towards physical therapy. So if we'd have just kept ringing up and saying, how's your back pain, how's your back pain, how's your back pain? Have you read the free report? Have you read the free report? No, I haven't. Okay. Oh, he doesn't want to book an appointment. He's got no money. He's got a disc problem and blah, blah, blah. That's like the excuse I hear everywhere. And then I come and listen to this girl and it's like freaking poetry. It's like literally, it's like blue sky and birds tweeting in the green trees. And it's like chalk and cheese. Because she does nothing other than listen and asks the right questions in the right order that lets the people who she's speaking to tell you what they're really, really thinking and feeling. And if you listen attentively and you understand it and your brain's working, like, and I mean this respectfully, if your brain is working, when a guy tells you he's got no time and 3 minutes later he's still talking to you about the son and what he's going to do with his time and how he's going to do this, that and the other, at some point your brain must go, you have got time. But all you knew how to do 3 minutes ago to protect yourself in a situation from having an uncomfortable conversation with someone that you don't know on a bridge that's wobbly as shit because you don't know where you are right now, and I'm taking you into a whole new world of communication that you've never had with any other business or anybody else, is tell me that either A, you've got no money, or B, you've got no time. Now if that just happened once, I think that's a rarity. How can it happen 5 times in a fucking hour? How? Potluck? No chance. Words in the right order change the way people feel. Change the way people feel, change the way that they are more likely to make decisions and then act upon those decisions.